To whom agree? Greetings and salutations. The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And Kim is here as Dingbat,
Oh,
our
yeah.
assistant.
Our assistant, Dingbat,
The
who
smartest
is not
one of
a
the bunch.
dingbat. Most smartest.
Most smartest. To talk about Nowhere.
Nowhere, 1997.
Our first Gregg Araki movie.
And not Doom Generation.
Yeah, if you know your Gregg Araki films, you will know that we stole the name of our podcast
Yes.
from one of these, what is it, the Teen Apocalypse trilogy.
This is the second.
I think this was the last
The
in
last
the
in the
Teen
Teen
Apocalypse
Apocalypse with
trilogy.
Totally Fucked Up.
And
Doom Generation and this one, or the trio in that movie.
And if you hear that Doom Generation is the next episode,
that's the last episode,
because that's the joke.
That's the joke, and now you're all in on it.
Mm-hmm. So before we did it again,
we
taking
really
a drink
need
at the
to
same
stop doing
time.
that. We need to look at each other and be present.
Yes.
This is why we can't do this shit fucking remotely, because that would happen way
if
more
there's
often.
no eye contact.
Nope. If I can't see this bitch, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
So you can now acquire all of these films on the Criterion collection.
You can.
Which I'm going to buy.
Recently.
Yeah, just this year these came out. And before that, because at least for Nowhere, because the soundtrack was so prolific, they could not get it released.
No.
Because there were so many. I didn't write it down, but this soundtrack was one I listened to on repeat.
Well, because
there was
you
a
were
ton
saying
of good
earlier
stuff.
that there was a moment in time in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, where everything you fucking listened to was a soundtrack.
It was this. It was
Velvet
Lost
Gold
Highway,
Mine,
Velvet
Lost
Gold
Highway,
Mine.
yes.
Yep.
Fucking
Natural Born Killers,
Natural
I feel
Born
like.
Killers, The Crow.
Yep.
Everything. Jawbreaker. Everything had a fucking soundtrack, and all of it was
100%.
good. And all of it was
Batman,
fucking
yes.
amazing. Yeah, Batman, Magnolia, like all of this shit.
Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters fucking 2, Bobby B, Dougie Fresh.
Yes, you just listened to soundtracks
That was
because
all
it was
you
a
did.
compilation.
I know. Like there was so much more. I don't
You didn't
know,
have
man,
DJX on Spotify to make
no,
you
to
a
be like,
cultivated
what's up,
playlist.
Tessa? How are you doing today?
So you were just like, oh, I like the
know.
vibe of this film. Let me just listen to all the music.
And I like the music that's in it, you know? Everything had a fucking soundtrack, and all of them were good.
Yeah, for sure.
All of them were good for the most part.
And before we get into this
Long
cast
ass
list,
fucking cast list.
I just want to make a quick mention that we recently finally released a Patreon episode.
Oh shit, that's right, we did.
Where we did a deep dive on the substance.
Right, we did a half spoiler free, half spoiler.
Right, we
episode.
did a This Month in Doom.
Yeah, it was a heavy spoiler. Well, we warned. It was well warned.
Yeah, we gave plenty of warning.
If anybody complains about getting the fucking substance spoiled for
Like,
you,
no,
you
we
can eat
told
a fucking
y'all.
bag of assholes because we told you.
We told you.
Yeah, like way up front.
But so we're transitioning. So how we were doing the mini-sodes of This Week in Doom, now that we're not close in proximity to one another, we're going to try to do a This Month in Doom once a month for Patreon, where we give you our recommendations of usually newer stuff that we watch. We're going to try to keep it to freshly released stuff, but we also are busy ladies with jobs and kids, and we don't always get to see things when they first come out.
Yeah.
So just whatever we watch that's new,
Recent.
we will give you a quick review and sometimes a deep dive if it's something that we really enjoyed, like the substance.
If it was something we were really into, because that shit was fucking wild.
Yeah, so check it out, patreon.com/Doom Generation. We got a $2, $4, and a $10 a month tier. And I'm going to order some more new physical merch.
Oh yeah, we have people that we gotta get shit out to.
We
haven't forgotten. We haven't
forgotten you.
We're just laggers.
Yes.
We're laggers. We acknowledge and
if you're part of the Doom Generation, you know about the lagging.
You know how it goes,
especially
already.
with physical mail.
Oh man. The time is growing very short that we're going to be able to use this. Oh, I just moved.
I know it's been a while now. It's been a while now. Gonna have to open these boxes eventually.
I just moved.
So since this cast is like 2 pages long,
it is literally 2 pages long. So
let's get started.
So we have our beloved
James Duval.
James does dork.
Getting dork up
As
in
in
here.
the absence of late.
Yeah. As in Frank from Donnie Dorco. That's right.
Donnie
Dorco. It's fucking Dorco in here.
Oh shit, dork.
We love us some James Duval, and he
do.
has held up well to time.
Man,
He's still
he is
looking
so
good.
Fucking cute. He is so fucking cute.
He is.
Ah,
and
everybody
we get
is
to
so
see
fucking
lots
cute.
of his buns in this movie.
Everybody is so cute in this movie, like
Rachel
True
True
as Mel, Nathan Bexton, who is like gorgeous.
Montgomery, he's adorable.
So cute. Chara
Mastriani
as Chris.
Debbie Mazar as Cozy.
Kathleen Robertson as Lucifer.
Joshua Gibran Mayweather as Zero.
That's a lot of names. That's quite a handle. Jordan Ladd as Alyssa.
As in, the daughter of Cheryl
Ladd's
Ladd.
baby.
Christina Applegate as Dingbat.
And she took this to show that she could do more than just a dumb blonde.
So she's a smart brunette, but her name is Dingbat.
Sarah Lassez as Egg.
Guillermo Diaz as Cowboy.
Jeremy Jordan as Bart. Do you remember he had a moment?
What else is Jeremy Jordan in? Because that name was familiar.
He had a single, and I feel like he was either like he did a thing on 90210. I feel like he might have done a thing on Melrose Place or something around that time. But I feel like it might have been 90210, which apparently Gregg Araki describes this as 90210 on acid.
Yeah, which is like the one drug they don't do in this movie.
I know, which is weird. Oh,
Jeremy Jordan was in Biodome?
But didn't he have like a music thing for a minute? I feel like he was like a one-hit wonder,
maybe
like, sexy boy thing. I believe he did. But anyhow, we also have Alan Boyce as Handjob.
Jaason
Simmons
as the teen idol.
Ryan Phillippe as Shad.
Heather Graham as Lilith. Double Heather
Grahams. Back-to-back Heather Grahams in this year
and
of our
young
Lord
Heather
2025.
Grahams.
I know.
But the last one was 5 years before this one, and she still looked young as hell.
And she's still like breaking into that shit. Amazing. Scott Caan as Ducky.
Thyme Lewis, spelled like the seasoning.
Like parsley, sage, rosemary, and
thyme. As Elvis.
Oh. Mina Suvari in her debut as Zoe.
Beverly D'Angelo as Dark's mom.
From the Vacation movies.
Charlotte Rae as the fortune teller.
From Facts of Life in Different Strokes.
I still have Denise Richards as Jana.
Jana. Teresa Hill as Shannon, who was in Melrose Place and Models Inc. by extension.
Tracy Lord, Shannon Doherty, and Rose McGowan are the Val chicks.
My 3 favorite women, also from Melrose Place. Tracy Lords was in. Shannon Doherty was, of course, in 90210 and Charmed. Rose McGowan was, of course, in Charmed. And I feel like she replaced Shannon Doherty in Charmed.
I think so.
Did she not?
Yep.
We have John Ritter as Moses Helper from Three's Company.
And now, was this like the first thing he'd done in a minute? Or
I don't know.
This was the last thing John Ritter did, was it? Okay.
No, it was not the last thing, because he went on to do Bride of Chucky.
Okay.
Where he also plays kind of a dick.
Really?
Yeah, he plays an asshole in that one. Yeah, like
he was trying to get out of the nice guy.
Well, all of the adults and parents are from television
TV
shows
sitcom type of things, because Christopher Knight and Eve Plum from the Brady Bunch are Bart's parents.
Bart's parents. Lauren Hughes as Julie the newscaster, and she's
from Love Boat.
From the Love Boat, and she was also a newscaster in Doom Generation.
Oh, okay, that's right. Mm-hmm. And David Leisure, aka Joe Isuzu,
right, and from Empty Nest
as
also.
Egg and Ducky's dad. But yeah, I was watching that part where he's like all calling crime, whatever.
Know.
And Chris walks in the room and he goes, "Is that Joe motherfucking
yes,
Isuzu?"
Joe Isuzu.
Like, yes,
did you know my parents had an Isuzu?
Did they really?
They bought it from Joe Isuzu.
Right?
Like, it worked on my folks. And my dad also had on the back of this Isuzu one of those can't drive 55.
Oh my God, like a Sammy Hagar sticker?
It was a 55 with like the fucking...
The red line, the Ghostbusters line
yes.
through it?
And it was right next to a body glove sticker.
Oh my God.
That was my sticker. Yes. I don't know why it was on there.
Wow.
But yeah, we bought an Isuzu from Joe Isuzu.
Nice. So that's the end of my cast list.
I have
You still got
also
more?
John Enos III as one of the scary drag queens, also from Melrose Place.
And I didn't clock them as scary drag queens
No,
so
but
much as
that's just
beefy
what
drag queens.
Right, they're just billed as such.
Yeah.
Nicolette Gatto and Brian Bazzini also as the other two scary drag queens. Aaron Smith, Sarah Jane, and Trey Trash Temporelli from the Atari Gang. Devin Odessa from My So-Called Life.
That's right.
Sharon
And
fucking
Stacey
Trisky
Keenan
from Step by Step and My Two Dads.
Yes, as What and Ever.
What and Ever for like 5 seconds.
They're barely in it. They just like pass through the party.
Keith and Derek Bremer are Surf and Ski. I don't know what they're from.
I don't know what they're from.
Gibby Haynes from the Butthole Surfers.
Yes, and I
Jesus
didn't write
Built My
him
Fucking
down.
Hot Rod as
but I have him
Jujyfruit.
when Jujyfruit shows up.
Right.
I'm like,
Is
Jujyfruit's
that
a butthole
fucking Gibby
surfer.
Haynes? Yeah. I'm a butthole surfer. Rod is stupid and I am with him.
So I don't know how Gregg Araki got this fucking epic cast.
Well, and also the night that they fucking... Oh, and also Roscoe the alien.
Who played Roscoe?
No, it just says Roscoe the alien.
And I saw that Clea Duval was on set.
Yes,
the
on
night
the
of
night
Kick
they
the
did Kick the
Can,
Can when she
but
right
she was not in
before-
anything. At
It was
that
right
point.
before she had launched her career. Right before she rode in on that Josh Hartnett wave of grease.
Yes.
Well, she was before Josh Hartnett.
She rode on that Ethan Hawke wave of grease.
And why does this give me?
They both did.
This whole movie gives me like the candy coated version of Kids.
Kind of, where it's like
it's kind
there
of like
are
a
some
cartoon
hard
version.
There's
of
not
Kids.
as many hard to watch. Like there's parts that
No,
are
that are,
uncomfortable,
like,
but not
it
uncomfortable
gets
in a look
dork.
away kind of way.
It gets dark, but like in a bizarre kind of a way, in a January kind of way,
Right.
Where it's not quite as sad, but
Right,
it gives
it's
me
just
like
weird.
candy coated Kids.
So it's like Kids meets David Lynch.
A little
meets-
bit Gregg Araki.
Yeah.
Well, like because this is like West Coast, right? So this is what was going on.
LA
And LA
is like nowhere.
It's like nowhere. Like everyone that lives
Who's
here
here
is
is
lost.
Which
The way that they talk
when
the
you're
vocal
18,
fry,
that's
I know.
just how everything
Of
is, y'all.
course,
Don't
that's
matter where
just-
you
it's-
live.
everything is
Everyone's
nowhere.
lost.
So
So
you have to
the-
have that vocal fry because you're on the West Coast.
So we get the title credits to Slow Dive, while Dark's in the shower jorking
Oh,
it.
Jorkin his Dorkin.
Take a beat, beat your
Beach
meat.
meat.
He sure did.
And he's like thinking of all of he's thinking
All
of
the
Mel,
things.
he's thinking of Montgomery,
Montgomery.
he's thinking of Cozy and Chris.
And now we never see him go to Cozy and Chris, and he
No,
doesn't
but we
seem
know
the
what
type.
Cozy and Chris get up
But
to.
he knows what those two get up to.
I know.
Whether he been there or not.
Like this is a wild group of
it's
fucking
LA,
people.
man.
That's what
LA
I'm
in the
saying.
90s.
But is it though? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we grew up LA adjacent. We were
Well, yeah.
less than 100 miles from LA in
Sure.
the 90s.
Sure, but
And-
I was more like at this moment, I'm like Zero and Zoe's age.
See, no, I'm 17 when this movie came out.
Like
so
I'm just
more,
behind you.
I'm Mel and Dark's age.
I'm showing up at the fucking party
where I'm
even
like,
though
get
just
out of
because- I
here.
know.
You're too young for this. You should not be here.
But I'm gonna eat that fucking pill anyway.
right.
So you don't tell me what to do.
He's in there jorking it and fantasizing when his mother, Beverly D'Angelo, with her green face mask.
Which just looks like makeup.
Yeah.
It just looks like makeup. She's like, I gotta get in there and wash the shit off my face. Like, what are you doing?
And it's like the meanest you've ever seen
I
Beverly
know.
D'Angelo, but she's not even really that mean. She's
No,
just
not
a single
really.
mother
She's
of
like,
a 17-year-old who
I can't
won't
with
stop
how many
jorking in the
times you
shower.
fucking like pull this crank. It smells.
Yes, she's like, please,
care.
it is wet in here.
I
Will
know.
you get
Like, I
outta
gotta get ready
here?"
for work to support your fucking do nothing ass.
And he goes to his bedroom and he has this huge mural painted of himself
Okay.
with two
So,
guns pointed
tell
at his
me
head.
You can't smell what this boy's room smells like. Tell me you don't smell
A lot. Okay, mildew,
It's a little stale,
Balls.
but not terrible.
and then that
like,
moldy fucking
That
food
moldy
from under
thing,
his
'cause
bed.
at first, I was like, well, at least there's no filth. Like it's like stale, but there's just that
That
one
moldy plate.
So that like gives the bad air. But he's got the window open, so it smells like that and cigarettes. And he's like, it just smells like. Cool
I've been
boy.
in that. I've been in a
been
very
that
similar
room.
bedroom.
I've been in that room. I
Not
had,
with
like,
a huge mural of him shooting
That
himself
was,
in
like,
the head.
coolest
But
shit ever. If I would have walked into a boy's room like that, like panties would have fucking dropped.
seriously,
Like
I
so
ain't never
easy.
been in a boy's room
I
that
would
had
have
any
gone
kind
over
of
like
mural.
a fucking egg over fucking easy, bitch. over sleazy.
Oh, and James Duval on top, and have him look like James Duval.
I don't even care.
We didn't even mention we saw them cakes
bitch.
in like scene 1.
I know, and he's like all fucking narrow. There's really nothing special.
But don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
When you were 17, 15,
it doesn't
whatever.
Matter. It doesn't matter.
Those were some little...
Oh, with them little lips and his pointy little nose. He's so fucking cute.
His little
you get those
stubble,
fucking bruises,
greasy hair. But he's not that greasy because you just saw him take a shower.
He was actually bathing.
And this is all in one day, so you know he's still clean.
One single day. He's the only person that does not change their clothes.
Everyone else changes their clothes multiple times.
But he puts on them jeans with no underpants.
Yes!
Which
How
is
do you
a terrible
not zip your
idea.
ball hair up?
It's a terrible idea.
Don't do that.
I used to not wear underwear because I don't know I
could never. I wore jeans too much,
terrible.
and that seam in
I
the
wore
jeans.
them with jeans. That's how come I had that sense memory.
You're all, I remember
right
that
after,
rug burn.
Oh, why would you do something?
I remember
like
that friction burn
why
right
would
on
you
my
do something like
labia minora.
Sure. Rub it raw. Because I'm also going to shave it, which is also a terrible fucking idea.
So you might as well just rub it up on them jeans.
Let's just fucking make it look like a fucking mess down there. That's what
you
you want.
Boys love. I know
what boys like. They like a fucked up vagina. I know.
They like a bumpy pube.
Right? Yeah, because bumps is what you want to see when you get down there. I needed a merkin for my absence of fucking pubes because it looked like
I never did the full on. I did like the landing strip was the worst I ever went.
Well, there was that, and you do like shapes and shit. But like there was that time where you just took like
shape. I'm trying to remember
most of it off, and it was just the worst fucking idea.
I only did that once or twice, and like the first time I did it so young that I thought when I was in my 20s, maybe it was just because I was a teenager and I'll try it again, and then no,
I bought the fucking hype. It was the
same thing.
I bought the fucking hype because that's what it was. I bought the fucking hype that's what boys want.
And they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't
let them touch
give
the poontang. They don't care.
They don't give a shit as long as you fucking say yes.
Pretty much.
All you got to do is agree.
It could smell like chili cheese fruit.
Hey, bitch, at least I've never had that fucking
It could smell like warm vanilla sugar. They'll go down there.
Oh, no. At least they're not going to say anything.
They could pop a heart-shaped chocolate in there. They'll still go down there. We're about to learn.
I have so much to fucking say about that. I have so much to fucking say. And that's at like the end.
Yeah, that's getting
it's not a very
end,
it's not a very long movie.
So he pops on a videotape that he made for school that's supposed to be a documentary about
the
Mel,
you
but like
care about the most. And
he's trying to get her to flash for the camera.
She's doing that whole Courtney Shane thing with like the big stick and like
sucking on the
I'm saying the way that everybody talks, is this what we sound like
in the 90s?
I don't know. What we sound like?
I don't know.
Even now, is this the accent they speak of?
Right? Is this how we sound to you guys? If you've seen
Nowhere,
do we sound like these people?
Like that?
Oh my God.
Oh. Eat my Bermuda Triangle.
And so before it gets to the titties, the phone rings and it's her. She's like, he's all, City Morgue, you stab him, we slap him. I used to answer the phone like that.
I know.
I didn't even have my own phone line.
No,
I
would just do it.
Phone line like that.
Yeah. I would just say shit all the fucking time. I'd answer it, play Martin, the place to be. Why? I don't know. Roadkill Cafe. You kill him, we grill him.
Yeah. And it's Mel who's in a room that's painted dots? Like a Twister game, and her overalls are also
Were they
a Twister
doing that
game,
this morning?
But they're also in the bathroom because Lucifer's peeing right next to her.
Yeah.
So your bathroom's painted like Twister and your overalls match. I wasn't sure what was happening here.
I don't know.
And Lucifer's like her girlfriend and Dark's her boyfriend, I guess, sort of.
She's very open love, open free,
like
all of these
She's
things.
Early polygamy.
Right. She's early polyamory. Mm-hmm. She wants to find a pod.
Yeah, or something.
A polypod. Polypod kit.
And Dark hates Lucifer, and Lucifer hates Dark.
They trade these barbs, which are like classic, and I write none of that shit down. Except for she called him a butt loaf, which I found was funny.
They are very good banter here, and I did not write any of it down because it all happened very fast.
Just butt loaf, and when Zero comes in and tells his sister to felch me.
Right?
Ew.
And he pees in front of his big sister.
I guess.
She's like 2 years older than him, and he goes in the bathroom and pisses while she's fixing her hair in the mirror. There's no way.
I was never like that with my brother.
And he wants to know where's Jujyfruit's party's at. And she's like, bitch,
you can't
you're like
go.
15. You're not going to this party.
Well, he has to be 16 because he gets to take out the car.
Well, depending in the 90s, if you had your permit, sometimes your parents would let you take it out.
They let you
even
slide.
Though you shouldn't.
They let you slide.
Yeah. So he could have 15, 16. He was somewhere in there.
All right.
And she's 17, 18.
Yeah.
So now cut to dark filming as they drive. So Lucy and Mel have picked him up in the convertible with the Bikini Kill sticker.
With like the candy fucking... Where do these people get these fucking cars?
Right?
At Cal Worthington's? Never mind. I answered my own fucking question.
And his dog Spot.
Pussy cow, pussy cow, pussy cow. Pussy cow.
And as they're driving, he's like filming, and he sees like a car wreck or something where a woman's like bleeding and screaming.
Catastrophe. That's his whole deal. Is that he wants to catch like something major. Major. And he sees
Montgomery on the side of the road
over there, and he's like, "Oh, pull over," because he's got the, what do they call that, heterochromia?
Yes, he's got the two different eyes.
He looks like a cat,
and he's just so cute.
He's so pretty.
He's so pretty. And he's like, "You want to go to the hole with us for some food?" And he's like, "I'm supposed to be in
Go." I think it was.
Oh yeah, I think it was in Go.
Was the thing that he was in with James Duval.
One of them. Somebody else from this movie was in Go with him.
Which is a really good movie. We should do that.
Guillermo
we should have done
Diaz,
that one
maybe?
instead of fucking yes.
Okay.
Yes. We should have done that one instead of 200 cigarettes.
Next New Year's.
Time. I don't think it's a New Year's thing.
No.
We got to do it during rave season because they're all going to a rave.
What's rave season?
I don't know. I'm making things up.
Okay. So yeah, he explains to Montgomery that he takes his camera everywhere because he's going to have like this epic death and he wants to capture it on camera.
He's like, how do you know?
I just can feel it.
I can feel it.
So they get to the hole. Alyssa stumbles in, and Montgomery apparently knows Alyssa. He goes over to like, oh,
like,
hi.
You think that's going to be a bigger deal.
Yeah, but that nothing comes up.
And she like starts talking about the rapture.
Right, do you know it's Armageddon Day?
This girl.
Wait, I got to lick my lips more.
Yep.
Do you know it's Armageddon Day?
Armageddon Day.
He's like, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a nervous
when there's like
boy.
The rapture and everybody else gets raptured to heaven and people have to stay here for the end of the fucking world.
And you never, like, I don't know why she thinks such heavy thoughts because her friends are not thinking this. Her brother's not thinking this. Her boyfriend's not thinking this.
Well, she seems to have like a Corsican brothers connection with
Shad.
Shad. I swear to God, I was watching one of those teen pregnancy things, and one of the kids, his name was Shad, and he looked like a fucking trailer park version of Ryan Phillippe, and I wonder,
did they
if,
name
like,
him
his
after
mom?
him?
Because I believe it was like a couple generations of like teen parents, and like his mom might have been of the age where she would have known about Shad.
Well, because this was definitely where I was introduced to Ryan Phillippe. I don't think I had seen, because Cruel Intentions was 99.
Yeah,
and I saw this before Cruel Intentions.
See, but I don't remember, because like I said, it was one of those things where, like I'm saying, I'm not entirely sure if I haven't seen Totally Fucked Up or if I have seen Totally Fucked Up.
So we didn't discuss that in the beginning.
No,
we've both seen Doom Generation and Nowhere.
Favorite, whatever.
And this one is our favorite, but I'm not sure because I don't think I knew that it was part of this trilogy because it was like the first one, right?
And I feel like maybe the first time that I had seen this, it wasn't like I sat down to watch it like it was on, and then when I saw it later, it was like, oh, this is that thing that I saw. Like, I don't know.
I can't remember if someone showed this to me or if I just went to the video store and looked at the cast and saw,
or if it was on cable or
so
something.
many people I knew that I was like, oh, I'm going to rent this. Like,
right.
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
No.
I can't tell you when and where and whatever because it's such a blur of, I saw like film. It was like,
I was between 1995 and 2000.
Yes.
I saw so many movies, both in the theater and on video
and there were like all these things that you like, oh, you know, you had your friends and you're like, oh, well, did you see this? Did you see that? And you were just watching a bunch of shit.
I know What You Did Last Summer came out the same year.
As this?
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, that's where the first.
See, but
thing
remember when we did that one? I said I don't know if I ever watched I Know What You Did Last Summer when it came out. So
I know
this
I
was
did.
No, One Life to Live.
Was he on there?
Ryan Phillippe was?
I didn't watch. The only soap opera I ever fucking watched was All My Children, because that was what my aunties were into.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this was my first exposure to Ryan Phillippe, and then Cruel Intentions.
It was I Know What You Did Last Summer, because I feel like.
It was also 54.
Oh, bitch! How could we fucking forget?
It's on the list.
How
it's on
can
the
we
list.
fucking forget?
It's on the list. What year was 54? Because
98.
Okay.
That was the year before.
So maybe right around the same time
See,
I
like,
saw.
the
So
first
maybe
time
you
I
know
would've
what?
seen him-
I maybe saw 54 and then went, I'm in love with Ryan Phillippe.
Right.
What else is
What
he
else
in?
has he been in?
And found
because
this.
you couldn't have Googled it. How
No.
would you have?
And you wouldn't have seen it in the theater.
No.
Magazines?
Perhaps.
I did read Rolling Stone
I did
and
read a lot of those.
Spin
I
and-
used to have a fucking
Yeah, I had subscriptions.
Subscriptions to all kinds of shit, like including
Yeah.
Interview. I had
So
a
I
fucking
feel like
subscription
maybe
to
that was
Interview.
it. Is that I
It's
saw an article
possible.
about it.
I don't know how we fucking forgot about 54.
54,
But
bitch.
I feel like I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer in theaters.
I
So
definitely
that
did.
would
I
have been
saw
the first
54
place. I
in
definitely
theaters.
saw 54. 110 billion% saw fucking 54 in theaters because I saw that shit coming and I said abso-fucking-lutely.
Hell yeah.
Tide would have been like a dad movie or something.
No,
I don't think I
never
ever
saw that
even
shit.
saw
That was the one we
Crimson
couldn't
Tide.
think of. Fucking On Golden Pond, Prince of Tides,
It wasn't Crimson Tide. It was
Crimson
Tides.
Tide,
Yes.
Prince of Tides.
So anyway, Alyssa tells him all about the rapture.
Right.
And then Egg and Dingbat are like waiting for Alyssa
Right,
to
they're waiting
scarf
for her to-
this fucking cake.
And I feel like that was such a thing in those times where like eating disorders were so prominent.
Well, let's see. This, Heathers, what were the other like movies that
I
was
just
a
feel
big,
like it was a thing.
not
like,
a big thing, but it was
not a big
said
thing,
out
but it
loud.
was like said out loud, but it was almost played as a joke.
Where it,
Like, everybody
but
had a
everything
fucking
in
eating
this
disorder.
in
I
this
know, well, this
particular
particular
movie
thing
is all the
is
horrible
over the
things
top.
that are going on with teenagers
True.
put as kind of a
because
funny
they're
dark
waiting
comedy
for the thing, and it's just like, are you gonna? Because they're like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 scarf, and they like disgustingly
Oh.
eat this whole big wedge of cake.
for breakfast because this is presumably they're on their way to school and they stopped
Right.
at the hole.
Yeah, and they have this brown. Everything is like they have the maroon hair and the brown frosty lip and the brown eyeshadow
Right.
and the brown lip liner
And
the
so while-
toilet mouth adjacent.
It's like all popular again. And I'm
Oh, I know. It's that Judy Davis mouth.
Oh,
She's
no.
got Judy Davis mouth.
And so then we get our first mention of the kick the can game later.
Right, like you're gonna be at Kick the Can, right? It's the thing before Jujyfruit's party.
And Cowboy shows up looking for Bart because he didn't show up for
little
band
adorable
practice.
Guillermo Diaz, which him and Rachel True went on to be in Half Baked.
Oh, right.
Together.
And Alyssa, Egg, and Dingbat, they scarf their cake and start talking about
They
who's
talk
going
about,
to
like, are
puke
you
it up.
gonna? And she's like, no, I promised my mom I wouldn't do it for a week.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, I'm just gonna take a bunch of speed, not like eat for 3 days. Alyssa.
You guys are teenagers.
Alyssa, and Egg is just like, she's like, I'm just gonna go.
I'm
puke
going to
right
go
now.
barf.
So she do.
She goes to barf, she goes to pee, and she gets walked in on by the Baywatch guy,
Right.
this teen idol, Jaason
Yeah.
whatever,
Jaason Simmons,
who just stands there and
Jaason.
looks at her for a second and
Right,
finally
he's
walks
like,
out.
oh shit, and she doesn't say anything. She's
No.
just sitting there like sucking her thumb.
Yeah. Sucking her thumb on the toilet.
Yeah, as you do, as you do.
So when she comes out, or first, so Dark and Cowboy do that. What do they
But-
even say? Ooh to
Yeah,
eye,
right,
ooh to
yeah.
eye. I don't know,
I
what
don't
that
even know what they
means.
said. I was trying to pay attention to what it was that they were
It
saying.
sounds like they say ooh to eye, but I don't know what that means. And they do a motion that
Little-
makes you
yeah.
think they're talking about like a butthole or something.
Oh,
like-
maybe. Or
I don't know,
asshole. I
yeah.
don't know, because they do it to Teen Idol.
Yes, they
Where,
say it
like-
behind his back, like when they look
Right,
at him and
right.
laugh, and they're like ooh to eye. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what
I
that is.
couldn't get the fucking sub titties. No. I am shocked and appalled that the archive does not offer.
The Internet Archive doesn't offer a subtitty.
No, because I got to watch it on my fucking phone and there is no, I can't find it. If it's there, somebody let me know, because you know how I
Is
feel
there
about
a way
it.
to turn it on that we haven't
Yeah,
figured
because I
out?
haven't figured it out. Like, I have to watch it on my phone and there is no subtitles, and I'm appalled that the archives do not offer subtitles.
Yeah.
For people that need them, like me.
So Egg comes out of the bathroom. The teen idol introduces himself and asks her to go for a walk.
And did you see her jelly shoes? I had those jelly
heels, and I didn't
those.
have the heeled ones, but I had the
heels.
same shape, but with just the tiny heel, like the half-inch heel. But I didn't have the big heel.
I had the ones with the little block heel.
Remember
just
how your
like
feet
those
smelled after you wearing them jelly shoes?
It was funky as fuck because it would get all sweaty inside.
The mud between your toes.
If you like walk through any kind of dirt.
It didn't matter even if you
would
stayed
take
in your
it
house.
off. And there would be like the stripes on your foot.
Between each toe, there was a brown strip of mud.
Stunk to fucking high heaven. But yes, I had the ones with the heel.
And yet still I looked at those shoes and went, ooh.
I know.
I want a jelly shoe.
Even still, I know what's going to fucking happen. I know what it fucking
I know
smells
they're
like.
not comfortable.
No.
I know they stink.
Yep.
But guess what?
I want
They're
them.
shoes that look like jelly.
and
I want them.
I will have them.
Especially the sparkle jelly.
Oh my bitch!
I don't care if they cut my damn T for
pinky
toe
saw
off.
right off on the fucking
the little grate on the side.
Every time you walk, it like turns purple and just falls off.
Keeps growing back.
Toe. So while this whole thing is going on, like Dingbat's like, is this even reality right now?
And so cut to Shad getting
right.
his
Well,
fucking
she asks,
palm read.
Dingbat
oh yeah,
because
she's on my
Alyssa,
palm itches.
Right. She's like, where's your twin brother Shad?
Cut to Shad
getting his palm read by
Mrs. Garrett from Facts of Life.
Right. She's like
chomping on a fucking drumstick.
Chicken wing. Death. Cool. And he's like making out with little Heather Graham. Oh wait, before. Is this not when Cowboy asks Dark, like, did you hear about Marcus? His butthole fell out and he has to get surgery.
They keep saying
Henry.
They talk about throughout the movie. They reference really quickly people you'll never meet and are not characters.
Did you hear
in the
what
movie
happened?
and just say,
but
did
that
you
was
hear
the
what
one
happened?
that stood out was like, did you hear about Marcus? His
fell
butthole
out.
And I was like, I thought it was like, did you hear about Henry? Because he's like, oh, Henry, but that's just the candy bar, I guess.
So, what's Ryan Phillippe and Heather Graham are making
like
out.
he's there making out,
and he's all, have you ever told you that I love you? And she says, stow it and pay the lady, Shad. And I was like, yeah,
all right. She's like, oh
she
my
just
god,
wants to bang.
So meanwhile, like, here come Mel and Lucifer on the rollerblade because they were talking about they're gonna go rollerblading.
Right. So her
As
and
you do.
Lucifer go skating by
Run
and they
into
push
Shad.
him.
Eat my Bermuda Triangle, Shad. And
Whatever
they're
you, what do you call her? Lesbox or
yeah,
something?
Lesbots.
Yeah.
The two of them, and like I'm imagining they're in Venice.
Yes, because they see Lucifer's sister Denise Richards,
Right, and Jana
posing on like Muscle
Which-
Beach.
Is that not? Doesn't it give you the because I'm a blonde? Because I'm a blonde video.
Yeah.
Because I'm a blonde.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. It does.
And you know what? We're already at a good place.
Are we to take a little break?
break?
Well, yeah. She sees her sister. Sister's like whatever, and Shannon, who from Models Inc. and whatever,
Yes.
she tells her to shut the fuck up. Or whatever, that's my sister.
Yes.
And that's it. That's the last you ever see of them.
You don't see Denise Richards or her ever again.
Or the dude that needs a pump.
Yeah,
They
it
all
was
have to
just
do
like,
a
let's
pump
fit
real
as
quick.
many up and coming stars.
Right, we're
into
just
this
going to
movie
squeeze
as we
them
can.
in there. And since we're never going to see them again, now's a good time to take a break.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back, and like,
Where are we?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Nowhere.
Big abandoned nowhere.
Yeah, like I thought they were outside of the bar cafe.
The hole or whatever, but I
thought
mean,
it was
I guess
the
that's
butthole.
the hole.
Well, that was the where Cowboy wanted them to come see his band, either girl or animal sex. at
Girl
the
plus
butthole.
animal plus sex. I think was
there
the
was
name of the
3
band.
different bands because at first
No,
I
I
thought
think
it said,
the name of their band is Girl plus Animal plus
Oh,
Sex.
because I thought originally that their band was called Gay Animal Sex.
Oh,
which I
maybe
thought
it was
funny.
gay
No,
plus
it
animal?
wasn't.
No, it was girl?
It wasn't. It was
Okay.
girl. And then they're playing with Sandy Duncan's Eye and Jane Mansfield's Head.
Yes, Sandy Duncan's Eye. If you're from the Doom generation,
You know what Sandy
you know what
Duncan's
Sandy Duncan's Eye is about. Oh man, the Hogan family. Wasn't that what it was
Hogan.
called?
Hogan's Heroes?
No. The
No.
Hogan family. Wasn't
Right.
that the Sandy Duncan
yeah.
show? With Jason Bateman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandy Duncan's eye. Where was the other thing that had... They were talking about Sandy Duncan's glass eye. Like, what's behind Sandy Duncan's glass eye? Oh, God. Whatever.
That
it
sounds
doesn't
familiar. I don't know.
Well, anyway, spoiler alert. It's glass.
So Ducky skates up, talking about, again, kick the can game. You're going to
Right.
go to
Everyone's
going to
be there.
And Elvis rolls up on his BMW hog to pick up
Right.
Alyssa. And he is clearly like 30 years old.
I know. But like
She's
he's
in
got
high
like
school.
baby face. He looks like a grown child actor.
He does.
A little bit.
And she gets back on. She gets on the back of his bike and it's like, you smell like a wet dog.
Are you complaining?
No.
Yeah.
Licks the back of his neck.
What?
Sandy Duncan didn't have a glass
What?
eye?
No, she just lost sight in her eye because of a tumor.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me
For
right now?
30
Wait a
years,
minute.
I've thought
Wait a minute.
Sandy Duncan
Wait a
had a
minute.
glass eye. Hold on.
Wait a
Kim's
minute.
rocking our world right now.
Hold on.
It says, despite rumors, she does not have a glass eye.
Shut the fuck up.
She had to remove a benign brain tumor behind her left optic nerve.
And
Removed
so
a
she did-
tumor behind her eye, but
So
she did
she's
never
blind
have a
in one
glass
eye.
eye. This is like
What
Marilyn
the
Manson
fuck?
removing some ribs.
Her and her doctors decided to leave it in place. So it's
And so it's just a dead eye? Hold the fucking phone. So when did the timeline shift again?
Where Sandy Duncan got to keep her eye.
Right? We are living in not the Berenstain. In the Berenstain. Fucking, how did we get here where Sandy
don't know,
Duncan still
man.
has an eye? Because that's a fucking lie. That's a lie eye.
We
An
all
eye
know
lie.
Sandy Duncan
We
has a
all
glass
fucking
eye.
know. We just sat here for like 5 fucking minutes talking about everybody knows what's going on with Sandy Duncan's eye. Except for us. Except for us.
Who apparently has no idea what's going on with Sandy Duncan.
Wow.
Which
there's like a whole thing where somebody thought the same thing. Their dad
Everybody
that
thought
was
the
a
same
thing. They made a band name after it, a fake band
What?
name after
Well,
Sandy Duncan's
also-
glass eye.
Fucking Jane Mansfield was also not decapitated.
No.
In that I knew. It was just her wig that flew off. Like she was not decapitated in that accident.
So yeah,
What
this
the
is like
fuck?
band names based on the 90s rumors we heard.
Oh, why is no one called Missing Rib?
Right?
Why is no one called Missing
Marilyn
Rib?
Manson removes
Is
a rib to
Paul
blow
from
himself
fucking
is the name of
Wonder
the next
Years.
band. Yeah, Marilyn Manson is
Fucking
Paul
Marilyn
from Wonder
Manson
Years.
is in this, not in this movie, but the music is in
yes,
this movie.
he sure is.
Oh, fucking the other day it popped up on like a playlist or whatever, and I was like I was all disgusted while I turned it up.
I know you're like, I
hate
hate
it,
you, but it's
God
so
damn it, it's
good.
fucking taking me back.
It takes me back.
It does.
So yeah, so we find out that Ducky is Egg's brother,
Right.
and then cut to her on her walkabout.
Her walkabout
With
with
the
Teen
Baywatch
Idol, and
star.
he talks like he's complaining about being famous, and she seems
Oh, being
different.
famous is so terrible.
I know, it's so bad. Everybody knows you and like points at you.
So cut to the bus stop where the Val girls
The Val
and Dark
chicks,
are
like,
waiting for the bus stop. or waiting for the
Hello,
bus.
she lives in Whittier.
You know what that means.
Eileen is a whore.
And so it's these 3 girls in
They're
kind of
Valley
Jawbreaker, but Valley
little
Girl.
bit. A
And they
little
all
bit.
have retainers.
Oh my God, the retainers.
And ratted hair. And Dark sitting there like trying not to listen
He's
to their.
listening to this conversation,
He's hearing
which
it,
is
but
like nonsensical, but I love it, and I didn't write a whole lot of it down, just
No.
those 2 things. But like he starts to fumble for his camera because he sees across the way a lizard,
right, a big old
guy.
lizard man.
and like he's looking for his camera. He's trying to get to the camera, and the lizard guy zaps
All 3 of these Val chicks.
and leaves their fucking retainers on
Just
the
their
bus
retainers
stop.
and shoes are left on the bus stop. But Dark is unscathed.
Right,
The
and he was
lizard
like, "Oh
man
fuck!"
leaves
He
Dark
didn't.
alone.
He didn't never manage to catch the catastrophe on his fucking camera.
Right.
Fumble.
Of
at
all
your-
the time you've been carrying this camera, you
Right,
didn't have
you've
it
had
ready
on this whole
for the
fucking
lizard
time.
man.
And like, did you not see these girls coming? You had to know there was going to be a conversation worth recording.
Something worth recording. So now Handjob's on the phone about he's shooting up while
in the
he's on
middle
the
of
phone.
making a deal.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
And someone starts knocking, and it's Cowboy. He's looking for
Right.
Bart.
Yeah, and he gets all butch in this moment. Like,
Yeah,
where's he
Handjob's
at?
like, oh, he
roughing
already
him up.
left, and he fucking roughs him
Right.
up like
where did he go?
He went to heaven.
The stairway to
Heck,
heaven.
in the stairway to heaven. And did we not both discuss that in high school there were places in the theater that they called heaven?
Or like, yeah.
That for us it was the back room of the theater where you went up to, like, if you were to project something on a screen from the theater, so there were stairs.
There was the things up behind,
and then like you could get up to the rafters, or in the booth basically.
Well, there was also the thing up where you would keep the like furniture, and shit. There was like a ladder, and the ladder had a plate over it with the padlock on it, but I had the key to the padlock, so we could get up there and sit in like the lofty parts where all the couch and shit, the like orgy couch that was probably funky.
Butt shrooms.
Smelled funky.
Butt shroom city.
Smelled crazy.
I am glad I don't have the sense memory to remember the smells of high school.
Well, except for Dark's room. I can
remember
smell
that one.
that fucking room. I can.
I remember that one.
It was like that scene in fucking Ab Fab where she was like, "Ooh," when they get into Serge's room, and she's like, "Ooh, that smell, that nasty fucking sexy smell."
So the Val chicks get disintegrated, retainers and shoes. Now on the phone, whatever. Okay. So he roughs them up. He says he's in heaven.
Yeah. And now we're back at the walk with Egg and Teen Idol. And he's like, just as long as you don't go into the industry.
He's fantasizing about running away with someone and disappearing.
Right, with someone special.
And Cowboy finds Bart up on like a hotel.
He's laying up on a sign and he's like fucking
high as fuck.
Right. And this moment, like, you promised me. And like, I love you. And like the tears.
If you don't end it now, no more
like
band, no more
over. But he can't do it. Like, and he's like, no, like, come lay with me. And he's like, no more. I gotta go. I love you, dude. Like,
and this was one of not the first, but this was still an early exposure for me to like gay and bisexual relationships.
Right. That like, it just is. It wasn't like it was controversial.
No, there was no conversation about it. It wasn't a thing to his friends. Everybody knew Bart was his boyfriend. Like it was, and that Lucifer and Mel were girlfriends. Right. And she also had a boyfriend. And it was just part of the. That's just how things were.
That's how the 90s were.
In LA, that was like, but we were just far enough outside LA.
Right.
Where it would have been a conversation had that been our situation.
Right.
There wouldn't have been as
that
easy
was necessarily happening outwardly.
Right.
In our groups.
But this
was friends.
This was part of, I think, why this was one of those litmus tests for me, like Velvet Goldmine at this age, like, where I showed it to people I liked, and like if you get it and you like this movie and you're like not uncomfortable by this movie, right? You're my people.
Well, it
like
was funny because you had mentioned having to watch it when your mom stayed over.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I'm gonna make my mom watch it, and then I had forgotten. And I was
like, are you gonna have the Christian Bale moment? Like, this is me, Mom.
Right? I'm like, Mom, it starts with James Duval jorking it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Mom. By the way,
you want to watch this with your parent?
I'm like, I'm 45 years old.
I know,
and
I still don't want to do that.
No, we don't need to do this.
No,
and my mom said, she goes. She didn't seem let me not say excited, but when I mentioned like, oh, I'm gonna make you watch this weird 90s movie, and then she goes, I could give commentary.
Oh, she wanted to be a part of it.
She wanted to like have what her mom comments were about.
We would have to see. That would be kind of
we gotta pick something that's maybe not as
for like the Mother May I month or whatever for the Mother's Day episode. We'll
at least one of them have our moms watch.
We'll get our moms all like super stony. Get them high and make them watch a movie.
Can we get, if we do it at your house, can we get both of them to come to your house and get high with us and record?
Yeah.
Do you think they would actually?
Well, then what would I do with my kid if my mom is here? Fuck.
Oh, yeah, because your mom's the one who takes your kid. Shit.
Well, we'll figure it out. We've got like until time. We have to choose. Like, what would we even choose? Oh, man. What would we make? You know what I did? My life is literally that Margaret Cho joke where I watched The Wall with my mom.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And then we also did the Dark Side of the Moon and
nice
fucking
with the Wizard of Oz.
Uh-huh. I also did that with my mom.
Never did that with my mom. Never did that at all. Honestly.
Well, it works.
With the Shining?
Oh no!
Oh, is it with The Shining?
Dark
also?
Side of the Moon and The Shining.
The other Pink Floyd album.
Oh,
I'll look it up. But
Okay.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
I'm not aware of that.
No, I had not. I mean, it only like it's one of those things where like it doesn't work unless you believe it. Like it's loosely. I mean, like you could put that on there if you really wanted to, but like it's not dead nuts or anything. It's not like mind blowing. Like, oh, holy shit!
Right.
Fucking Wizard of Oz predicted Dark Side of the Moon. Like,
you gotta.
It is with Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, it is also.
It matches to The Shining.
Oh, I haven't tried that. I'm gonna do it.
I haven't even
Maybe
heard
we'll
of that.
do that. That would be funny.
So, cut to Dark watching his tape, trying to see if he caught that lizard man at the bus stop, and he did not.
No.
And Mel comes to his window.
I fucking wrote
in
that
a
shit
role reversal.
in a refreshing change of pace.
The girl comes to
Mel
the boy's window.
comes to his window.
I just wrote reversey.
I know. She pulled a switcheroo.
And they make out.
Of course.
And Dark professes his love,
I know,
totally
like-
true and pure.
Oh, he's so pretty.
He's so adorable.
So
When you were 17,
I know.
unless you were a Mel, all you wanted was a Dark.
I
You
know
just
that
wanted a hot
just
boy
adored
who
you,
just adored you and
just
wanted nothing but you.
but just to be with you.
And she's like,
forever.
I
You know what,
believe that
actually-
humans are built for sex and for love.
And I want to do it as many times as I can before no one wants to touch me anymore.
And he's all boohoo.
I
Can
know.
it just be us though? And she's like, no, banging everyone has no effect on my feelings for you.
I know. You know I love you, right? Like it
No
doesn't
matter
matter.
what.
This is just sex. I'm just fucking.
And hey, maybe we're old school. And maybe it's just because I'm lazy.
Well, that's what he
I don't
says.
have the
Maybe he's
energy.
no. Not even then.
For multiple partners, not even when I was a
Well,
teenager. I wanted to bang multiple people.
That's what I'm saying. I should take that back just a little bit because I wasn't
I
trying
definitely
to
wanted
have
to.
a relationship while. I didn't want to have a relationship. It was just about
If I was trying to bang multiple people, I wasn't telling nobody I loved them.
no, that would that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't so much like I didn't have the energy to have
But
an
you
open
find out like him
relationship.
and Mel have known each other since elementary
know.
school. So
They're
this is like his very
childhood
first love.
sweethearts.
Yeah.
Childhood sweethearts.
But she's so fine. She's just been all over the place. And he's fine too. He
I
just
know,
doesn't,
like,
he's got low
just-
self-esteem or something.
He's not built that way. It's
No.
like some people just don't want to do that. She
No.
do, he don't.
Yep. So now cut to Alyssa and Elvis.
Oh yes, like she's taking them chaps off of him.
And he's licking her armpit.
I know, like he
Joy
wants
of
to be-
sex, girl.
Oh! But her
He
armpits
was
are
invoking
hairy.
the joy of sex.
He was invoking the fucking thing that you showed all of your friends because you had to check this weird shit out.
You were like, what? Pheromones.
doing this?
Licking
Fucking
armpits. What's
Elvis
happening?
and Alyssa are doing this shit.
They
apparently.
sure are.
Oh,
and he wants her to tie him up and spank
on
him.
his copy of Nietzsche.
Yes! Just like a loose copy of
Just in
Nietzsche.
the what happened? Did you did you bump
I was
the box?
gesticulating.
I bumped the box. I was gesticulating wildly.
Gesticulating wildly, and I smacked a box. So yeah, he wants to be tied up and spanked. And at first, she's kind of like,
Right, whatever. He's like, harder.
and she's like, "I love you," and he goes, "Ditto, honey bunny."
Oh,
And
right.
then suddenly she's like,
Like,
"Yeah!"
she's
She just starts
she's
playing
like
bongos
smacking
on his
him or
ass.
whatever. And like at the same time, Shad and Lilith. This is where I'm saying this Corsican brothers shit. Because
Yes,
both of them.
because he's tied up fucking Heather.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
well,
or
Lilith or whatever, and they are simultaneously
Calling
coming.
mommy and daddy.
He's calling for mommy. His twin sister's calling for daddy,
Right.
and it's like a like a back and forth.
It's like disturbing.
Yeah. So definitely, we got a little Corsican twins.
Just
going
a
on.
bit. So like all that's very ew. So meanwhile, like John Ritter's on the TV
He's a televangelist.
as Moses helper. Like, did you see that 1-800-GO-JESUS with the S's that were dollar signs?
Oh, I didn't see
Was
the
the
dollar
number-
signs. No.
That was the number that you call 1-800-GO-JESUS. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
And Ake and Teen Idol are watching this on TV while he's getting her drunk.
Right. Like,
This is the most disturbing
I
probably
know.
scene in the
Like,
movie.
this is where it gets dork.
You don't even see. Okay, there ain't no titties in this movie, right? Is there no titties? It's just James Duval's.
I don't think so. I
butt.
think it's
That's
just
it.
his ass. Like
We just
everybody
see his
else
booty.
is covered. Like there is no titties. I
But
think
there's,
you're right.
it's implied, but it's not. We don't see any nudity.
No,
and
no.
Teen
but, like,
Idol.
he's getting her like unbelievably
Gets this teenager drunk.
Which like it didn't seem like he has to do all this.
He doesn't. He could have had her easily.
Like who else were we talking about where we're like, why are you doing this? There's no reason.
There's
to
no
do
reason.
This.
She would have just let you have her.
Right.
Like there was no reason to get crazy about it.
I know, and like slap her. Well,
for her to be like, I lost my virginity to the dude from Baywatch.
Like, he
she
goes
would have been
too hard.
And he says, like,
him.
you're thrilled, and you would tell all your friends that you. But yeah, if you didn't fucking beat my ass,
I know. Like if you just
slam my head on a table
a little bit, because she tells him like stop because he's going too hard.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
then,
give
like,
you the dogging of your life.
Ew! Like he fucking slaps her and smacks. Like she's bloody. Like
Yes.
that's an assault.
This is not necessary.
It's terrible. Like this is where it takes a fucking turn.
Yeah. So, and again, so while this brutality is happening now, Bart is back at Chris and Cozy's in the bisexual lighting dungeon.
Right. And he's over there and they're like
biting out his nipple ring, wrenching out his nipple ring, like fucking.
Is this him trying to get clean? Is this
no,
him
this
trying
is
to
like
kick,
what
or
he's
is this
into
just
when
what
he's high.
He does?
I think this is what he's into when he's high.
All right, because he's got a bit of the meth face. I feel like he had a problem in real life.
Oh, Jeremy Jordan did?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because of how he looks. I might just be generalizing.
I mean, in the 90s, scrawny was in, man.
You never ever knew. That's true. That's true. Like the heroin chic.
Yeah.
Heroin chic was definitely a thing.
For sure.
I had a baseball t-shirt that I wrote in Sharpie on, and because it was the times, and like it said heroin model on it or whatever, like among other things, and I would go run around with my little like I didn't have anything that said heroin, but I definitely had, the little beaded necklace bracelets, whatever, with the letters. Mm-hmm. I had one that said slut that I just wore I had
all
shit
the
like
time.
that. Mm-hmm.
Just to school,
and I mean,
whatever.
I would have been this age because, like I said, I would have been like
somewhere between
Zoe's age, but I was out running around like they were out fucking running around doing all this kind of shit.
So cut to Mel and Dark and postcoital bliss in his bed,
exactly
where he's
what
all
I fucking wrote,
wrapped around her like he just wants to be a part of her.
It's that fucking John Lennon and Yoko Ono, not
yes,
that little butt,
very
long
much
butt,
so.
But it's that fucking picture of him all naked and wrapped up around her.
Totally, and she's.
I know that's what it's not the little butt long butt one.
Little butt long butt. You guys, have you ever seen that photo of John Lennon and
you
Yoko
know what?
Ono?
I would have believed it.
I believed it
100%.
It took for one of y'all to say it's Photoshop for me
like
to notice that.
I know. But it's still they still have little butt long butt.
But that was just a slight bit exaggerated.
It was just slightly exaggerated in both directions.
Yeah.
But I 100% believed it because I feel like
they got
John Lennon and Yoko Ono had little butt long butt.
Yeah, totally. So he's all wrapped around her, and she's like, and he says something about, let's just skip that kick the can game. And she's like, fuck.
Oh, I was supposed to pick up Lucifer 20 minutes ago. And she's like, going to go still.
And he's like, will you marry me? And she's like, oh, you're too precious for words.
Aren't you cute?
And she like kisses his forehead.
Yeah, okay, but I got to go right now.
She's like Han Solo.
I know. I love you.
He's all, I love you. Thank you.
I know. Yeah, thank you.
Or I know. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say. That's what she says, isn't it? Like, that's so nice of you to say.
Yeah, she does not say. She does say it back at certain other times. She'll say "I love you," but not when he's being super sincere.
It does seem like she has genuine feelings and like whatever for him, but she also has feelings for everybody else.
Well, I tell you what, 17 to 19-year-old Nicole wishes she could have been Mel. I wish I was confident enough.
Wanted ski and surf and Lucifer and like
all of
the
but I was
things.
not confident enough to say.
No.
I can't. It was like I was so low self-esteem that I was like, every boy or girl who likes me now has to be my boyfriend or girlfriend. Or like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't have even. So yeah. Like there's no way I would have had the confidence that Mel had to just be like, I like who I like and I want to fuck who I fuck.
There, I know.
No. Mel is our
patron saint.
Our patron saint.
And I have Kim got them for me, the Rachel True tarot cards.
Oh, the tarot cards.
Remember I told you because you also got me the Christina Ricci ones, and I need like an entire set of like celebrity tarot cards. Yes, I don't know how many there are. But
if anybody knows of any celebrity tarot cards
is my new fucking collection.
So yeah, so she gets up and runs out to go pick up Lucifer for Kick the Can. Zero rolls up to get his girlfriend Zoe. And that night helmet doorbell. What is this?
Her house looks like a high school.
And like, was it a house or was it a apartment complex?
I don't know what the fuck was going on there, I don't know, but it was weird. So she pops out,
and while he's waiting for her, this like dead-looking clown carrying a dead dog walks up.
What was that about?
No clue. Again,
I know.
David Lynchian.
Very much so.
But
that
Gregg Arakian. Yeah.
Gregg Arakian, David Lynchian, Stanley Kubrickian. I don't know.
Because as soon as Zoe comes out, it's gone.
Right. He was like, oh, I thought I saw. I don't know what I thought I saw. Like, it was weird. And she, like, he calls us Dick Gilligan. She's like, did you miss me or was it Gilligan?
We both missed you.
Yeah.
So Bart comes home. And the Brady siblings. Little buddy.
So yeah, his
parents are the Brady siblings.
Children of the Brady bunch.
And they only speak Swedish or something?
That's what I guessed. It was Swedish. And he's like being nice to them, but he's like all fucked up.
He goes straight to his room and starts, which is printed with
lyrics. Lyrics from Pink Frost by Babyland.
Yeah.
And like this room too, like.
And why were the tops of his TV antennas capital letter B's? That I didn't find anywhere.
No, I didn't see anything about that either.
And the newscaster, he turns on the news, and the newscaster is the chick from the Love Boat.
Right, sure. And it's like the Atari gang is terrorizing the city. The AIDS cure is a hoax. Like, and a bunch of other things.
And cut to Egg running through traffic all bloody.
Like, yeah, she escaped, I guess.
I guess they were at his place because that was like a hotel because somebody knocked when he was like in the middle of
or whatever. Is that because he's from Baywatch? Because they explicitly say
they mention
when
Baywatch.
Dingbat tells Ducky, like, you're not going to believe this. Do you watch Baywatch?
Yeah,
which is an interesting. Like, I feel like they wouldn't, not to be one of those people, like they wouldn't do that now. But like somebody from a hit show. Would go and do a movie where they explicitly show that he is from that hit show and then make him a rapist.
Right. That's interesting. Find out if, hold on, what was his name again? Jaason with 2 A's.
Jaason Simmons.
Jaason Simmons, Kim. Jaason Simmons. Find out if he was really on Baywatch because if he was.
No, he was. He was definitely on Baywatch.
So yeah, that was interesting for them to actually connect it to the show he was on and make him a rapist.
Because I thought when he because it just says Teen Idol.
Yes,
I thought that he was going to be
just a generic,
right, like Teen Idol or whatever, like a little Frankie Avalon character. But no,
for 2 years.
Yeah, he was definitely that. When? What 2 years?
Maybe because he's he's Australian or New Zealander or something.
Before he did this. Oh, wait, no. What year is this? 97?
97.
So he did this after he was on Baywatch. He was already there and gone.
So maybe that's why.
The year before,
he was already
off of Baywatch.
So.
Maybe. But even still, I don't know. Just because everyone's like, it's a fucking movie.
Right.
We were so much smarter then.
Well, and this was those years where just like Christina Applegate didn't want to be typecast as a dumb blonde.
Also true.
Maybe he was well, yeah, like I'm the heartthrob nice guy. Maybe I want to show that I can be a fucking bad guy too, or whatever. I can't remember
if he was, because I watched Baywatch. Because
I didn't really.
Well, not like really, but
he didn't come out until like 10 years later.
Oh,
he's gay.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, nice. I'm all nice. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
I would just assume for the Gregg Araki movie, but at
the
time
he wasn't out at that time. Interesting.
So now we're at the Kick the Can game.
Right. Finally.
It was Dork's turn to bring the X, which we didn't call it X. We called it E.
Yeah, that's what
But it's the same thing, right? Ecstasy.
Yeah, ecstasy. EX. Because I always thought it was called
And
E.
now in the 90s, that was still $20 a pill.
Right, he had a whole fistful.
Was
Where
he
getting
Dark
it from
getting money
from Handjob?
And he mentions later he spent over $300 at the record store.
Huh.
Beverly D'Angelo be working her ass off
She
so
works
Dork
hard
can
for-
spend
That's
all
why
this
she was
money.
so fucking
Yes!
mad
She's
about
like,
him jorking it in her fucking shower.
She's
All
like,
she-
I've been giving you $500 a week to
Right?
fucking buy trivial
it's just
shit.
me and you could just take whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And buy all kinds of E.
I mean, they do pay him back. They all hand him cash
they,
for
like,
the
what-
pills,
well,
but still.
I thought maybe it was just his turn to score it.
That's what they said. It was his turn to
Right.
pick up, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a turn to pick up.
I never did it outside of a rave.
I never went to a rave because I was scared. I was
I
like,
went
when
to
I
2
take
raves.
Ecstasy, I should
Well, I
not
didn't know
be
what
anywhere.
the fuck I was doing. I was just doing it just because that's what you do at a fucking rave. It was a poor decision. I give you that.
I did
and then I did it
ecstasy
again.
before I ever went to a rave.
And then I did it again. I had such a bad time the first time that I was like, oh, let me go to another rave and do it again.
You got all the weird heroin cut E, and I got all the good meth cut E, where I was fine and I was not throwing up.
The first time was like meth cut E, and that fucked me up. And the second time was heroin cut E, that fucked me up even more.
See, no, I had a good time every time. It was to the point where it was like, oh no, you should stop doing this.
It was not my fucking jam. It was not my jam at all. It was not the place for me to be. And the only two raves I went to, I think they still do them now to this day, because it was Electric Daisy Carnival and Nocturnal Wonderland were the only two.
I remember getting the flyers, but I never
them
went.
Still. From the years that I went, I have at least the Nocturnal one because it was that Cheshire Cat.
Yes. Yep.
It was that Cheshire Cat. Like I said, I only went to 2, and it was those 2.
I was this weird, like, borderline square where, because I already had a government job when I was 19
I was a
years
fucking
old,
like wild and ass loser that lived at home.
I was always the designated driver. And then when we did do drugs, I was very much like, nobody
Sober
is
sister.
leaving. We are staying in this person's house. Nobody's leaving. We've got lots of water. We've got all our cigarettes. Nobody needs to go anywhere. And everybody is staying here. And we're going to just do drugs in this person's house. And that was it.
See, she was the babysitter, and I was the one that needed to be babysat.
That's clear.
Yes, I know. I think everybody knows that now.
History of our show. I'm the straight man.
She is a straight man.
She's a wild card.
Whoa.
She all
You
over the
never
place.
know what I'm going to fucking do. Now it's like fucking clockwork. I do the same shit every goddamn day, all of
Now
the fucking
she doesn't
time.
need a babysitter.
But when I was, that's because when I was
You
young,
learned your lesson.
it was a lot of stupid. It was one stupid decision after another. One stupid decision. You know what? One of those raves that I went to was out in fucking like Bakersfield.
Oh, no.
Bitch.
Oh, no.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Coming back from that, I thought we were gonna. I thought I was dead already. I thought I was already dead. I thought I had died somewhere along the way. It was terrible.
Is this Fear and Loathing?
It was like that. We were in fucking backcountry.
Somewhere on the
And
way to
that's what I'm saying.
Barstow. The acid to cold.
We can't stop here. We can't stop here. This is
backcountry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then I had, like I said, I had such a good. That was the first one I went to, and I had such a bad time. I did it again.
And like, I know we just started the game of kick the can, but now is a great time to take a break.
Amazing for an hour and 20-minute movie. We've had a lot
back.
of asides.
We're already over an hour in.
Let's do it. Hey, it's a new fucking year. We're gonna give it to you.
I'm trying not to be the straight man. I'm trying to just
Let
let
it
it go. Let it go.
Get weird with me.
I've never seen that movie, but I know that song.
Let it go. Let it go.
I don't know any of the other words.
That's how it goes. Weirdly enough, those are the lyrics.
That's all you need to know.
It's my first day with a tongue, you guys.
I've never used it before. This is weird.
I just got this today.
And we're back.
Back again. And everybody takes their pill.
And everybody spins dark around with his eyes closed.
Right. He's
before they start kick
they
the can.
run. He
Did you ever
falls.
play kick the can?
No.
Nope.
I don't think so.
So it's hide and seek. Only when you're safe, you have to come kick the can. That's how you get safe.
Because there were several cans, right? Like everybody had to come and kick their own can, or what?
I don't know if it was everyone had their own can, but there was definitely.
Well, like you'd have to reset the can every time everybody was free,
or you got to find it,
right?
Wherever.
Like
they
kicked it, fucking. They just booted that shit. So like I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
But anyhow,
so they all run and hide, and meanwhile,
Shad and Lilith are parked in the hills. And
talking about death.
He's talking about this guy that died. And like by the time the neighbors found him, like the dogs had eaten his face.
Eating people is cool. She's so like.
Blood is cool.
And Zero rolls up next to them asking about where's Jujyfruit's party.
Occupied.
And he's like, buzz off,
dude.
twerp.
Yeah, like you can't even. So then
this is the chocolate.
This is fucking disgusting. So he
goes to feed her a heart-shaped chocolate, and he's like, no,
not there. Here, which is like, this is how you fucking get ants. And also, once he because he goes down on her to like eat her pussy out with this chocolate and gets like Augustus Gloop chocolate mouth. Yes. Like the seat of the car is gonna look like a fucking skid mark. It's just
like she shit her pants.
Yes. It's going to look like she shit her pussy.
Is it like my pocket?
It's going to look like Kim's pocket.
You don't want it to look like Kim's pocket.
No, like that's how you get ants. Like you can't get that fully. Not that pocket. Not my pussy pocket.
Her shirt pocket.
Her shirt pocket. Her breast pocket.
Oh, no. So Ryan Phillippe puts a heart-shaped chocolate in Heather Graham's pussy.
You are going to get an infection.
And her face is a combination of, ouch, I'm afraid I'm going to get a yeast infection. And, ooh, you are so fucking hot.
Oh,
it's like this weird.
I love the chocolatey goodness.
Oh.
Barf. I'm sorry. I can't. Ick nast. That's not hot
I never
to me.
had nobody eat a chocolate out of my pussy.
No, I'm not putting food.
No.
I am not putting. It's going to end up like Dork's plate.
Oh, it's all moldy and fuzzy.
You're going to forget about
stick
it.
Your foot in it.
I know. And then you're going to have to like douche.
I remember
and that's not good for you either.
My mom kept a summer's eve.
A douche.
Ready under the bathroom
just in case
sink.
for special occasions.
And I remember looking at it like.
I have only done it like one time.
I think I maybe did it once, and then
it
I
was like,
said,
no.
yeah, and then I read like it's not good for you.
It's not good for your shit. It's not good for your shit. Your shit will clean itself.
Yes.
You don't need that. It's bad for you.
And so back to kick the can, and Dingbat's trying to get up on Ducky and almost chips his tooth trying to.
She asks him, like, are you like waiting for the right person?
I've done it with lots of
He's
people.
He's not a virgin. He is not a virgin.
Lots of times with lots
of people all the time, every day.
So she almost chips his tooth, and they run and kick the can.
I did that to a boy once in like 8th grade or 7th grade or whatever. We went to a movie, and like I went to do something, and then like I poked him in the eye, and then like I like tooth chip tried to kiss him, and it was just a disaster, an absolute fucking disaster.
All I remember similar to that is that a boy who lived close to me tried to kiss me in the 6th grade, and he had braces, and he like kind of like
cut up your lip a little bit,
and that I hit him in the mouth, and that his lip got stuck to his braces, and he ran home crying.
Why did you hit him?
Because I was mean, girl. I was a mean girl up until I was probably 14.
Well,
I was a bully.
Oh,
and I think I punched him in the mouth because he tried to kiss me.
Well, how dare you kiss me?
Know.
How dare you kiss me? Pop.
So Montgomery gets found by Cowboy in this like locker room.
Right, like it's these weird halls. Like I don't really understand where they are.
I don't know. I don't get where the kids.
Is it like school?
Their school? I guess
that's what I thought, but like they're in college.
I don't think they're in college. I think they're but the classes they talk about sound like college courses.
They sound like what are these classes? Like I might have stayed in school if these were the classes that I could take.
I
wrote them down and I have not come
I know,
up with,
and I
not
skipped
one
them.
of them. Yeah.
But so you might be right. They might be freshmen at college.
I feel like
maybe.
I feel like somebody said professor
Maybe.
Or whatever. Like, I feel like it's like the thing that you don't have to go to because they're all skipping shit all the time.
True. So Cowboy encounters Montgomery in this locker room and he's like, oh, Dark's all fucked up. He's doing the Cujo.
Yeah, the Cujo. I love that. It was funny.
Like
that was so funny. Did you ever see that picture of it's like E.T.'s mom and who directed that movie?
Steven Spielberg?
Yeah, him and like the guy in the Cujo suit, and they're all doing like a can.
I feel like maybe, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Because the ones where like the guy in the suit is pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
So Cowboy tells Montgomery, don't let the boogeyman get you.
Right. And immediately the boogie lizard gets him.
Yes, this lizard man immediately evaporates Montgomery. So now back to Shad with his mouth covered in chocolate.
Oh, it's so fucking gross. It's so gross.
And he's like, it's your turn.
Yeah, or she like, says it's your turn. And she starts blowing him and he's revving the engine.
Yabba dabba doo.
Right, like, I want to die. Everybody, let's all die. And
and why was that hot when you were 17 years old?
Let's all fucking die with your dick in my mouth.
Right?
The shame.
And he goes pulling out into traffic going fucking 60 miles an hour.
I thought he was going to drive off the cliff.
Right? So now,
and like at the same time, Alyssa is having
sex with Elvis. He's like, he wants to be tied up.
Or no,
first
like,
she's like,
what if every nuclear plant in California blew up?
And
what
like,
would happen to all
bed.
the bodies? Like, yeah, go to bed.
Did we skip the part where she tied him up?
No, we talked about that. We was taking the chaps off.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Playing the bongos on his ass.
Yes,
right.
yeah. But Bungo Fiesta?
So now Egg sneaks back into her bedroom window and turns on the TV.
She's like bloody and crying, and she's watching also Moses Helper.
And Joe Azuzu comes to the door. Are you okay? We want you to eat something.
We made you some shepherd's pie. And she's like, no, not right now. She doesn't want anyone to know what's happened to her.
And Zero's still out there looking for Jujyfruit's party. He stops to make a call at a phone booth. And no one's picking up the phone.
Right. He calls Godzilla, and Godzilla's not home. And he's like, just leave a message on my machine and I'll beep in.
Remember that?
I know.
And then
checking your voicemails, or not your voicemails, your
answering
machine. Yeah. And he sees the scary drag queens.
Yes, and talking about Jujyfruit's party, so he follows them.
He's like, oh, good, but they lose him because they drive crazy.
And Dark is still looking for everybody at Kick the Can.
Yeah.
But he finds Montgomery's little crucifix
on the floor. He trips
the...
and falls again and finds his little cross on the floor. And he's like, oh, like how the retainers. Montgomery. Like he wears it for the rest of the time.
And he stands up and the lizard man alien is still there. And he just salutes him.
Like he's his friend.
Yeah. So not sure why he's friends with Dark.
I don't know.
And everybody else makes it safely back to the can.
Sure. And they're like, did you see, like, where's Montgomery? Did he leave and go to the party? Because that's like everyone's going to the party after this.
Yeah. So back to John Ritter on the TV. Egg's watching. Bart's watching. They're both being convinced there's a heaven and that they should believe.
Everyone is, like, we're free. I'm free. Like, whatever.
So now Zero loses the queens and pulls over.
Right.
And Zoe's like, look, I don't care about the party. And he's like, I'm not going to let you down.
Right. But then they get like carjacked by the Atari gang.
Mm-hmm. And they steal his mom's car.
Thanks for the bitchin' wheels, bitch. And then Cowboy calls Bart's house.
And his parents are just like screaming in Swedish. I know, because
he's like in the oven. He put his head in the oven
on his back.
But it's like oven? It's one of those high ovens.
So like it's like 5 feet off the ground, and he's like laying on his back.
It's like a scene. It's like a thing to look at.
It is.
Sure.
Same
for
with
sure
when we get to Egg's
oh my god,
yes.
So now the Atari gang, they're joyriding. Like everyone's out joyriding. Like,
to Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was so hyped. Oh yeah. Zero and Zoe have to walk. They get picked up by Cozy and Chris and Handjob.
Yeah.
And
we're going to Jujyfruit's party.
Right. Oh, bingo. Finally.
And this is where we see What and Ever, the girl from My So-Called Life, and Stacey Keenan from My Two Dads.
Oh, there's Sharon Trisky. Finally. finally we get to the party.
And we meet Jujyfruit from Butthole Surfers.
Right. And like everyone is converging on this party now.
And now Dark wants to talk to Mel about their relationship. And
it's not the time. And now here comes Surf and Ski.
Yo, Mel.
What are they, like Chip and Pepper?
Yeah, right, but hotter.
I know. They're so
beefy.
blonde.
So blonde, so beefy.
Oh my God.
So yeah, the twins approach and Shad and Alyssa are both macking at the party.
I know, like she gets hot
side by side.
She sees her twin brother fucking his girlfriend, so she needs to.
No wonder I'm so randy.
I know. Ew.
And meanwhile, Ducky's parents call. And I'm sorry, Ducky, your parents know the number of Jujyfruit's house? This 30-year-old man whose house you party at?
Yeah. As
that's a 17-year-old, that's a grown-ass man's house.
Well, I guess they know where to find them.
So Lucifer spies Mel with the twins and is like,
I know.
So
she's
Dark's
not
mad.
She's
She's mad.
Well, but she's going to actually do something about it. And
she goes over and tries to fight him.
But then she ends up bailing. And meanwhile, like Ducky's like, what are you saying?
And Dark heads to go pee.
Tell him.
Yeah, so he doesn't hear yet. Dark goes to go pee in like that puking
dude. Is like puking in this purple bathroom.
Or it's so bright.
Like,
yeah, it's like
periwinkle lavender.
Indigo. I don't know what's happening.
Know. But it's a vibe.
And Mel comes in and he's like, oh, you getting with Surf and Ski? I suppose. I spelled suppose. S-P-O-S-E for years because of this. Yes, I suppose. And he hugs her and is like, oh, Mel.
Yeah, this party is about as fun as an ingrown butt hair. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want, like, can we just go? Can we just leave everything?
And be in love and stuff. And she's like, you're cute.
You're really cute, but no, I'm
about to get boned down
I'm
by
gonna
two
get fucking
hot
Eiffel
blonde
Towered by
right now.
The Swedish bikini male team.
And then her little brother comes knocking.
I know. Like,
again, why is he always in the bathroom with her?
I know.
That's a weird
And
thing.
also, this person is still puking.
Yes. Like, Dark can pee over his head, but she's like, ew. Like,
I know.
She's not
like,
gonna sit
she's
down
like, I'm going to use the other bathroom. I got to go.
So Ducky's still on. This is where Ducky's still on the phone with his dad, and finally hears like whatever it is that happened, and goes running into the pool.
Well, like he disappears because Dingbat asks Dark.
She's over there eating a corn dog,
right? Like, have you seen Ducky? And then like he runs out screaming and jumps into the pool, and Dingbat jumps in after him and like gives him CPR.
Yeah, Dark helps her pull him out, and she gives him CPR, and she's like, oh, go get him a towel. Mm-hmm. And he runs inside, and that lizard man alien is like raiding the fridge.
Right, is getting a beer. It's like he grabs the towel, and the towel says hope. And like Handjob, or no.
I wrote HJ too.
So
yes, Handjob.
Wants some gal to like fart on his face.
Come on, babe.
If you like sit on my face.
How much would I? What would I have to do to let you rip a juicy fart?
Tyrus. Was that a fart?
Was that a fart? It's been a rough day. And Elvis finds Handjob and beats him to death
with a can of soup. A tomato.
And this is where it takes like a sudden, super violent turn.
It had already gotten really weird with like Bart was in the oven, Egg did something.
I don't think we've even seen that yet. We haven't quite seen the scene where we find her.
But yeah, like Elvis gets all like psycho boy and like beats Handjob to death
with a can of tomato soup, and just
everyone's
this
got
look
blood
on his face. Them? Yes.
Oh, that look on his face.
Oh, God.
He's like,
oh, and you know what? Maybe we did, I think, already see Egg's scene, which, like, how did she kill herself?
I know,
because
that's what I'm saying. What did she do?
Everywhere.
And these rooms.
And she was off the side of her bed, feet
were in
up.
the air. Yeah, like.
Did she have a gun?
That's what I thought.
It has to be, right?
I guess. What was Moses Helper telling these people?
I know. So, dear
Is he
diary,
helping them die?
Dear diary.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Day.
What a day.
Dark's talking to his camcorder.
Right. He was like, deep down in our souls, we know that our generation will witness the end of everything. You could see it in our eyes. Look, I'm doomed.
I'm only 18
and
I'm totally doomed. And he stops the camera. He gets undressed.
He takes them Nalgas back out.
Yes, he does. And he gets in bed and there's a knock at the window.
What light through yonder window breaks? Someone's tapping at his window.
And he goes to check and he steps in that fucking moldy
and he has
food
to
plate.
like hop
over.
And he's like naked, and it's fucking Montgomery who's also naked.
Yes, and he lets him in. And he's like, "What happened? Oh, I was kidnapped by aliens."
Like the weirdest thing happened to me today. Like I was kidnapped by aliens,
and they did tests on me.
Right,
and they're like talking about they plan to take over the earth.
Yeah, and I'm like kind of feeling weird, but can I stay here a while?
Can I just rest a while? And he they get all cute.
They get in bed.
Are you gonna?
Oh my God, it's hot.
So cute. They get into bed together and they're all snuggling.
I know. They're like both so pretty.
And he's like, I really like you a lot.
I know. Like I'm not gay or anything, but I really like you a lot. And I just want to like be with you.
I've just been searching for that one person.
Special person. He's like, oh, you're so poetic.
And he gives him a little kiss on his forehead.
Just promise me you'll never ever leave me.
And then Montgomery starts to cough.
Oh, Montgomery! What is happening? I'm like seizing up and then he bursts into a bug.
A giant bug. It's like Meet the Applegates all of a sudden.
Oh, Christina Applegate.
Yes.
Meet the Applegates.
And he just turns into like this giant cockroach and is like, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
And he leaves.
Just runs off.
And then like close up on Dark's shocked, bloody face. That's even more bloody. He didn't even bother to wipe Handjob's blood off of his face.
He never
before
did.
He went to bed. And then he got even bloodier when Montgomery exploded into a gigantic cockroach and climbed out the window. And like the end.
If you watch till after all of the closing credits, there's a very quick scene
of
that's Dark sitting in his bed covered in blood, and he finally just fucking
scream.
loses his fucking mind, like just starts screaming like, holy shit, all of the things that happened to me today.
Been?
Yes, because
what a 24 hours.
This is one day in the life of a Los Angeles teenager in 1997.
It's like nowhere.
LA is like nowhere.
Everybody that lives here is lost.
And when we do our mail out to patrons, you address it
do.
from Nowhere USA.
Just because it's not like it has to be a mystery. Now we're in different places, so whatever.
Right.
Good luck.
We give a P.O. box now.
I know. We just give it. It's very mysterious.
Yes, so mysterious.
So mysterious.
But yeah, so this movie doomed me in several ways.
Well,
because I mean, all of the sex, all of the fucking weirdness, the pretty boys, pretty people. The polyamory, the
fuckery, the banter, the insults, all the things, the party at some weird random old dude's house.
Like I said, this was one of those movies, much like City of Lost Children or Dark City, or like there was a bunch of different movies in this Velvet Goldmine where it was like, if I showed this to you when I was 19 and you went, what the fuck is this?
Right,
I was like,
then we're not hanging out anymore.
I don't even know you.
I know.
If you don't get it. Which I don't fucking get it
I don't either. But you know what? If you don't love it, then fuck you.
That's all that matters.
That's all that fucking matters.
I enjoyed
is how it makes me feel.
Exactly. The way it makes you feel.
The way it makes you feel.
And it turns me good.
It turns me on.
Off your feet,
baby. I don't know why that turned into a
oh. So yeah, I don't think we have any.
We don't have any new messages
we
for
might,
the new year.
And I don't know.
I don't know.
Started a long time ago,
this was
and I've been drinking.
Also a double breaker, and we had such a weird.
We had to finish last week's episode.
You did find out what happened.
What? What do you mean?
Remember, you said it went to sleep and it paused it for us.
Yes. So I think that's what happened. So if you listen to last week's Twin Peaks episode where we were like, what the fuck? We last like the last third. When we record too long, the computer starts to go to sleep. And if I just wake it up and don't remember to like check, if I click it it will pause the episode, and if I'm not paying attention,
you might have noticed a little weird cut in this one because it did the same thing.
I think it did the same thing in this one.
Figured it out.
Yeah, so if there's a weird cut here, that's what happened.
So now we know. We will try not to do that again.
Yeah,
because that was almost a fucking disaster. Oopsie doodle, whoopsie poopsie.
So yeah. Follow us on all the things, Instagram and Facebook and X or whatever the fuck, Twitter. We're on Blue Sky.
That's where we should be.
We're on Blue Sky. We're getting like a lot of new followers on Blue Sky. So
that's
go
good.
Find us on there.
Good. There's probably actually real people instead of like bots. I don't know.
I have
or
no
like,
idea.
I don't know. I don't do any of that stuff. So that's your realm.
And join our Patreon, patreon.com/Doom Generation.
Call us
702-720-DOOM.
Leave us a message.
And until next week,
we'll talk at you next time.
Later, Doomers.